The alarm clock rang at 5 a.m. sharp. Ethan's eyes opened, but his body stayed glued to the mattress. The familiar heaviness pressed against his chest, the weight of broken promises to himself. He had said it yesterday, and the day before, and 100 days before that. Tomorrow, I'll change. Tomorrow, I'll be disciplined. But tomorrow never came. He turned his head and stared at the ceiling, his mind drowning in excuses. You're too tired. You deserve rest. Just one more hour. But underneath the excuses was the truth he didn't want to face. His life was slipping away. He was 32, stuck in a job he hated, watching his dreams collect dust. That morning, as he dragged himself out of bed far too late, something inside him snapped. His reflection in the bathroom mirror looked like a stranger, eyes dull, jaw clenched, shoulders slumped with defeat. He whispered to himself, almost in desperation. Enough. No more waiting. No more excuses. I'm forcing myself to change. Ethan had always thought discipline was something you either had or didn't. He envied the athletes who woke up before sunrise, the entrepreneurs who worked tirelessly, the students who studied when no one was watching. He thought they were different, genetically wired to succeed. But as he sat on the edge of his bed, he realized something: those people weren't born disciplined. They became disciplined because they forced themselves, again and again, until it became who they were. So he made a deal with himself. Not a dream, not a vague promise, but a contract. One non-negotiable rule: do the thing you said you'd do, no matter how you feel. Day one was brutal. He set his alarm for 5 a.m. and when it rang, his body screamed at him to stay in bed. But this time, he didn't argue with the voice in his head. He didn't think. He simply threw the blanket aside and stood up. He felt like a robot, moving stiffly through the motions, but when his feet hit the floor, he realized something important: he was in control. That small victory was like lighting a spark in a dark cave. But discipline doesn't come without a fight. By the third week, the excitement wore off. The workouts felt heavier, the early mornings colder, and the temptations louder. His friends invited him out late at night. His phone buzzed with endless distractions. Every part of him wanted to give in, to go back to the old comfort of procrastination. One night, after skipping a workout, he sat in his apartment feeling the familiar sting of guilt. His chest tightened with frustration. He punched the couch cushion and yelled. Why can't I just stay consistent? Why do I always mess this up? In that moment of defeat, he remembered something his grandfather once told him before he passed away: discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Ethan wrote that sentence on a sticky note and put it on his mirror. He read it every morning, every night, until it became his anchor. The turning point came when his younger sister, Lily, called him. She had always looked up to Ethan, but this time her voice trembled. Ethan. I feel stuck. I don't know how to move forward. How do you stay disciplined? Her words hit him like lightning. She thought he was disciplined. She couldn't see the struggle behind the curtain, the countless battles he fought with himself. But in that moment, Ethan realized something life-changing: discipline wasn't about never failing. Discipline was about standing back up every single time you fell. For the first time, he felt proud, not because he was perfect, but because he was fighting. Months passed. The Ethan who once hated mornings now woke before sunrise without even thinking. The man who once gave in to every craving now paused, breathed, and chose the harder path. He was leaner, sharper, more focused, but most importantly, he trusted himself. He learned that discipline wasn't a burst of motivation, but a slow, painful rewiring of the mind. It was waking up when you didn't want to. Showing up when no one was watching. Choosing progress over comfort, again and again. One night, as he closed his journal, he wrote a sentence that summed up his journey. Discipline isn't what I do. Discipline is who I am. If you're listening to this, maybe you're where Ethan was: tired, stuck, frustrated with yourself. Maybe you've made promises and broken them, maybe you've lost trust in your own words. But here's the truth: you don't need to be born disciplined. You just need to force yourself to take one action, then another, until it becomes who you are. Your feelings won't always cooperate. Your mind will invent excuses. Your body will resist. But none of that matters, because discipline isn't about how you feel in the moment. It's about who you decide to become. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, don't think. Don't negotiate. Just move. Throw your feet on the floor. Take the first step. Force yourself. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you're no longer forcing it. You've become the disciplined person you always dreamed of being. And when that day comes, you'll understand the most powerful truth of all. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is freedom.